Hey guys, this is Jay from the Backyard Gardener, and have you ever wondered how easy it is to grow your own tomato plants from seed? It's actually not as bad as you think, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Why go and spend $20 to $25 for one plant at a big box store when you could just get your own little tray, a couple seeds, some soil, and do it yourself? All right, let's go. Okay, so this is the next step, and as you see, this is an important part, but this is basically my seed starting mix. And what I did was I took just a regular bag from like you get at Home Depot or Lowe's, and it's make sure it says seed starting, not potting soil or topsoil, because you need it to be very light and fluffy. So the reason behind that is you want it to be able to let those little baby roots, the little white roots, to be able to travel through the soil very easily to establish a good root system. Because if you put something that's too compact or like so heavy, most likely the seeds are not going to be able to take a little journey through the soil and establish that nice root system to be a big, strong plant. So you're going to have very weak plants. Sometimes the plants grow a little bit and they just fall right over. So basically what I do is, like I said, I get some starter mix, soil mix, excuse me, and I get my favorite potting soil. I use a couple different ones. Some people use Pro Mix. I like to use one that's called, it's from Fox Farms, Happy Frog or Oceana. That's the other one. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But anyway, so you want it to be nice and fluffy. I do kind of like a 50-50 mix, and you want to kind of establish that. I lightly dampen it. I don't make it super wet. So some people do it bone dry. I don't like to do it bone dry. Mine's actually pretty, it's wet, but it's also not sopping wet either. You don't want that. And I just have it in a Tupperware bin. Something real easy, take the old Christmas lights out of it and use a Tupperware bin. So anyway, I have this is just a 16 cell seed tray that I actually picked up at Walmart. I'm just using some basic stuff, that worked really good. It has a soft bottom, so you could push when the plant gets to a certain size. You don't have to try to rip it out. You can literally just push it through because it has like this bottom is like a silicone. So anyway, let's fill up the tray. I got this little shovel. This is actually, I got it on clearance at Lowe's. Only a couple bucks. So let's fill up this tray here. It's pretty easy peasy. And kind of fill it all the way to the top. You want to make sure you fill it all the way up. You don't want to have it with a bunch of holes in there. And kind of give a little impressions into the cell. These are called cells. Each one of these are called cells. So each cell gets a little impression. Can't find the holes here. They're hidden on me. And I'll just clean this back up. So when you're left over, you have a nice semi-compact soil. And I like to get it cleaned up. And I fill mine close to the top. I don't really worry about it. It's not some big science behind it. And then this is basically the tray that goes underneath it. And there we go. So on to the next part. All right, off to the fun part. Now is the part where we get to plant our seeds. And today I'm going to plant two different types of cherry tomatoes. And these are like my favorite. These are amazing. One's a super sweet 100, and the other one's a sun gold cherry. And both of these are excellent. The sun gold cherry is literally like eating candy, and the super sweet are 100% like what they say, super sweet. So they go excellent in salads, or if you put them in like a gyro wrap or whatever. So whatever you picture yourself using them for, they're both amazing. And these are called indeterminate tomatoes, and basically indeterminate tomato will continuously produce all summer long, and as long as you take care of them, obviously you water them, you fertilize them, you prune them. It's good to prune indeterminate tomato plant. Then there's other ones called like a determinate plant. A determinate is basically it's determined to put all its harvest out at one time. Like you would use something like that for canning, if you're going to make tomato sauce or whatever. So, but yeah, today I'm going to do these two, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. All right, so let me zoom down here a little bit. All right, there we go, nice and easy. All right, so basically, this part here is, you know, the fun part. I get the little chopstick out, and yeah, I don't have to. I mean, you could literally just poke it with anything, you know. You could use the backside of a pen. I like to just use this right here because I like to make sure I don't make the hole too deep. You basically, you know, these are small seeds. You don't want to make this, you know, an inch deep. You know, you want to make it like a 1/4 inch deep because, you know, it just makes it harder for the little young plant to come up through the soil. All right, so let's see. I got sun-killed cherry in my hand, and like I said, these seeds are small, so you know they're special. They come in this little tiny paper envelope. Must be fun to actually bag these, you know, at the factory or whatever. But all right, I'm gonna put only one. These have such a good germination rate. I'm only gonna put one in per cell, but sometimes it doesn't hurt to make 2 holes and actually put 2 different seeds in. It's probably a good practice, especially in the beginning, if it's, you know, if it's something new for you. You know, just no big deal to put 2. But these right here, you know, like I said, these are very good as far as germination. I've had very good success with these, so I'm gonna do 1. And I put too many in my hand. Let me get these back in the bag here. Otherwise, I'll have a mix of all kinds of tomatoes here. All right, and this is the Super Sweet 100s. Same thing, they have a little tiny bag and a little tiny, these seeds are small. Just imagine these are from like a little grape-sized tomato, you know? So the seeds are gonna be small versus like, I also have like another brand I like to use is Haas, and these are like big, juicy sandwich tomatoes, or you know, you could put them on a grilled cheese or just eat it in a beautiful salad. Those seeds are a little bit bigger. So, all right, so let's get this one in here. All right, come on out. Come on, come on, come on. They don't want to come out. Oh wait, they're all stuck at the bottom. All right, give me 1 second. I'm having technical difficulties with these seeds. But I promise you it's very easy to do this. And the reason why I'm taking my time to show you this is just to show you how easy this is to do it yourself at home. No need to go out and buy a $25. I hate when I see these people walking out of the stores all happy with their $25 plant when you could literally do it for pennies, you know, and have multiple plants. Like I'm gonna have 16 of these plants here. Here, you know what? I'm gonna do 2 in that one. All right, so that's that. Let me get rid of those. Okay, so the next step is I'm going to basically just kind of cover these up. Make sure they're all in there. They are. All right, each one of these. And now you got to water these down, and you don't want to take them and just drench them. You know, sometimes I'll do it in the kitchen sink. You know, I'll put it where it's the spray feature, but I have to make it so it's just dripping out. Or you could also take something like a spray bottle, like I got this camera too close, but anyway, it's just a spray bottle like this, and kind of just give it a little bit of, you know, spritz. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's, you know, it's, the soil's already moist, you know, so you want to make sure that you stay on top of it. It's kind of fun doing this. It's very relaxing, and it's very rewarding at the end. So I'll water this, especially in the beginning, quite a few times every day. You know, not every day, but I'll water it every day for a little while. All right, so let me get this out of the way. I got one more thing I do, and this is something I learned off a few farmers. This is called perlite. I like to put this over the top, and basically what the perlite does, there's another thing called vermiculite that's different. It's pretty close. It looks exactly the same, but this is called perlite with a P. And this actually helps the soil remain moist. It's kind of like a top layer over top of the soil, just so the soil doesn't dry out. And especially in the beginning of the journey with your seeds, you don't want the soil to dry out because those roots will die off very quickly, and then you'll have a problem with dead plants, and you don't want that. Let me just get all this here. All right, almost. Gotta make sure I spin this back so I don't mess up my which plant is which. All right, so that's what that looks like. And then, let's see, give a little bit more of a spray again. This one kind of makes a little bit of a mess. Usually this is when I do it in the sink. I'll do it later in the sink, but you get the idea. And then something simple, I just take popsicle sticks, just like this, and just write on them what tomato plant it is. So I'm gonna write Sun Gold. I got a little bit of sloppy writing, but, and then this one is Super Sweet 100s. All right, I actually, let me just do it twice so I could identify each one per row. All right, Super Sweet 100, and this one's Sun Gold. I'm just doing this step by step just to show you actually how easy it is. All right, and then I just have a pair of like wire cutters and just cut this right in half. And sorry how loud that is. Basically, I just put it like right here, like a little mini name tag here. Honestly, this is to save you money on a budget instead of, I mean, you can use the plastic ones, but why spend the money on the plastic ones when you just buy these popsicle sticks at Walmart or Target or whatever in the craft section? And I mean, over time they do decay and whatever, but by that time the plant's grown and ready to be, put in the ground. So anyway, we're at this point here, and it usually takes between, when you start seeing the sprouts come through, I would say between like, sometimes if they're very vigorous, you'll see them come in around like within 3 days, sometimes 7. Let me just zoom back up here. All right. So let me put that aside. And then this is just basically, these are tomato plants that I planted the other day. Right here. See what they look like? See how they're sprouting out? I do put a dome over the top, a humidity dome. I know some people don't like them. I like them. You can put tinfoil. You can put saran wrap over the top, just to kind of keep the humidity in the beginning. But these actually look really good. These literally just sprouted 3 days ago, maybe, and I'm going to put them underneath a grow light. Let me show you a couple tomatoes from maybe a couple weeks ago now. They're mixed in with some zinnias. Let me put this down a little bit here so you can see a little better. But look how beautiful these are. Look at the color. These are San Marzano. These are determinate tomato plants, these ones here. You can see all the fuzzy. You always know they're tomato plants when they're fuzzy. And these other ones over here, let me just spin this around. These are actually flowers. These are going to be zinnias. And, it's not always the best idea to put them in the same container. I just did it just because, to save a little bit of time. But the zinnias are pollinators, what you'll need for the tomatoes, and basically other vegetables too, like cucumbers, peppers, and all that. Zucchini, squash. They need to be pollinated by bees, and these flowers are beautiful. Let's see, do I have a picture of one of these flowers in front of me? Probably not. I should have, but anyway. If you look it up, it's a zinnia, Z-I-N-N-I-A, and they're beautiful plants, beautiful flowers, and they look really good in the garden. There's dwarf size, which are short. I would suggest getting the full size ones because the birds actually, it's really cool. The birds actually like to eat them too. It's really beautiful to see like a yellow finch out there. They're going to eat the petals. They're going to like kind of destroy the flower, but it's so worth seeing them out there eating the petals and seeing all the pretty birds, and even the hummingbirds are out there. So you see the different stages. Let me just show you one more time. This is from today, right? And like I said, I'm going to put a humidity dome over the top and put it in a warm place, These are tomato plants, so you don't want them to be by any kind of like wind or any kind of like cold areas that gets like a breeze from outside, because usually things like tomato plants or pepper plants like the heat. You know, just think about, they like to be cuddled up in the heat and warm, versus like brassica. A brassica is like a broccoli or a Brussels sprout or cabbage. They like the cold. So, or even cilantro. Cilantro does not like to be hot. Um, and then let me show you the other tray just to kind of review. This is after 3 days, 7 days, depending on your situation. And then this is after a week or two, a couple weeks. They're pretty good size. I would say that's about 4 inches. So obviously there's more steps to it, but this is how you start your seeds. The next step would be to make sure it's under some sort of light or a sunny window. You don't want your plants to get leggy, because if they start getting really long and skinny, they're gonna be weak plants. You know, when you go to transplant them outside, they're gonna be like not like a strong tomato plant. You know, you want them to be thick, like this one here. Like, look how thick. Like, I don't know if it's easy to see on the camera, but look how thick this thing is right here. So this is going to be a very good plant. It's going to produce very well, so it's going to have automatically a good root system. So yeah, so the next step would be getting some grow lights. I would suggest, I'm going to make another video on grow lights. You know, how to get them on a budget, not having to spend a lot of money. You know, because you could spend hundreds of dollars on grow lights, versus using just like some kind of LED light that will work just as well in, you know, different situations. So I mean, if you're growing like some really difficult flowers to grow, that's a different story. But for regular grow lights, you know, you could use just like a LED light, like a shop light. I'll make another video, so just stay tuned. And if you can, if you enjoy this video, please like it and hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to make more videos like this. I'm going to make a pepper plant video and other ones. It'd be great if you could just subscribe and leave a comment. You know, that, you know, helps push my channel out. So this is a new channel for me. You know, it's a new channel on the on YouTube. So it needs to be pushed out and it needs your help. So thanks a lot. And this is Jay from the Backyard Gardener. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.